Hey everybody, it's late Sunday afternoon, and while it's not particularly nice out at the moment, it is warm enough that I can be out here without too much bother. So if you can see little Princess Sassafras sitting on the hill up there, she's listening to some squirrels that are running around in the bushes up there, and we are going to, I'm not sure what she's running away from. But we are going to walk around the yard and have a look at some different mosses and stuff like that to go in my waterfall tank that I've been working on forever. The main thing I want to do is actually test out a new microphone I've got for my camera. My audio on this new camera has been picking up all of the background noises more so than my voice. So I'm hoping that this new microphone will allow me to come through a lot more loud and clear. So this is some of the moss that I've got just everywhere, and it's nice and thick, and I can just pull this stuff up in sheets and mats. I've got, this is a junta, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, bugleweed. This is a variegated bugleweed. You can see I've got a bunch of that all over the yard. That might make it in there. That's a nice ground cover type plant. It doesn't get big and bushy. And again, I got this moss everywhere. I've got as much of that as I could possibly want. And if we walk around here and come up on the top of the hill, see, I'm pretty sure all of this is the same species of moss. And then of course I got a million little tiny plants that are growing in the moss that would look perfectly at home and natural, growing downstairs along with everything else. So I know up here I've had some pretty thick mats of moss in the past, but I'm still thinking this is all the same species, and I wouldn't really be getting anything different. It's all this stuff. And I mean, you can see I can just pull it up by the sheet, and it leaves holes in the yard, but I mean, my yard doesn't have a lot of grass in it. It's just got moss everywhere. So picking up large clumps like that shouldn't be an issue. And I mean, you can see it just goes on and on and on. And this stuff over here already looks like it's being turfed up, probably from squirrels digging. So see all the little, you know, bits of growth and life and stuff that are already in here. So you'll definitely be seeing some of this downstairs in the very near future. I'm sure I've got some different species. This all still looks the same. Now I know this is different. This mat's been over here for years and years and years, and this is a completely different kind of moss. I really like this, so I'm definitely going to be coming and getting some of this. That's just soft as could be. And each one of them looks like a little tiny pine tree all by itself. So some of this moss will definitely be making it in there. And then of course you can see, no idea what species this is, but this is the stuff I've got just everywhere. That's practically what our lawn is made out of. But you can see this other stuff. I've got a pretty good amount of that too, all down here. All that's what that is. And I hadn't even thought about it, but you know, I got these broken down old trees that have been lying here forever. I can even break, you know, pieces of that off or whatever. It's got lichen growing all over it already. Cut a chunk of that off back there. You can see I got some other good logs. Now they might be a little on the large side, but you get the point. See, look at something like this. I could probably, yeah, see, I can just take that chunk right off of there. All kinds of stuff I can do out here if I just look around and use my imagination a little bit. So this is garden in the summertime that we're walking through. This is the winter yard. See, if you watched my videos where I've gone down the stream and I've looked for rocks and I've looked for, you know, woodwork and stuff like that, that's just almost as much for something to do as it is because I have to. I can find a lot of what I find down there right here. If you're familiar with my dead nettles I have in the basement, in those planters that hangs down, that's where I got this from. That's all dead nettles right there. And then of course I got more species of fern that I can shake a stick at out here. And just, you know, nothing but moss all over everything. Got old chunks of wood like that. And if we walk down this way, in fact, actually, let's go around that way. Squeaker came out to join us. Meow. See you. See you. Let's go this way. I still got leftover stuff out here. This is all creeping Jenny. So I can pull some of this creeping Jenny out and bring that in. And if we come down here, I actually cut a set of steps in back here over the summer. Let's see, there's a good example. I can come down here and find rocks that have moss already growing on them, and of course that's a little bit large for something going in the fish tank. But here's more patches. That's a different kind of moss, and that's already turfed up. I wonder why that was lying on the ground like that. Probably squirrels out here digging. I'm actually just going to bring this one in with me since I got it in my hand already. And this is another patch of moss that's been growing back here for years. And this is another different type of moss. And again, there's another chunk of it that's sort of already turfed up. But you can see that's a completely different species of moss. So both of those will be coming in with me. And I don't see anything else off the top of my head out here. So I made myself a little set of steps. I know you can't see them through all the leaves, but I am actually walking on pavers right now. And then we can come down here to the street. And of course, if we spend any time walking along here, we can find all kinds of pieces of wood and bark. Not particularly interested in that, but again, it gives you the idea. We've got all sorts of stuff down here that we could collect from. I've even got it growing actually physically on my driveway. I could come down here and use a paint scraper and scrape moss right off the driveway. So no shortage of rocks and pieces of woodwork. As I said, we're going to take these two inside. I'm not ready to use them just yet, but today was a nice enough day that I wanted to come out here and get a little bit of that looked at while I had the chance. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss anything else I got coming up. You never know what it's going to be with me. I hope you enjoyed this little impromptu trip around the yard. I'll see you real soon in the next one.